Right, so here we are, redaction, end of the season. We are blessed with the presence of Matt and Jez, as always. And then we got this
Evening.
fella who used to be at Snow Bears, who he's jumped in just to kind of get a send off, just rub it all in our faces, 3 in a row, and now I'm off. See you later, boys. LJ, how you doing? Hang on a minute, my sound's gone to shit. Hang on.
No, is he gone on mute?
He's on mute.
Is he gone on mute? Is he?
He's on mute.
There you are.
Oh, hang on. Here we go.
Not on mute.
No, you're not now.
Not now. Oh, okay. Maybe it's. I don't know.
That's a good start,
Oh,
isn't
okay.
it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, what I just
I'll
said.
do it in sign language if you want. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like I said, I'm not here to sort of like, and none of that sort of shit. Do you know what I mean? I'm here to sort of pay tribute to how amazing the Atlantic have been last seasons. I've really enjoyed, competing. Love the rivalries. James Haydock, still hate you. Hope you still hate me. Love beating you. Love playing against you guys. Like I just said, tribute to Jez. This off camera, but like Jez, amazing competitor. Really enjoyed like the back and forth and like I say, beating me every season, keeping me humble. It's been great, and it's also been a real challenge, and I've really enjoyed that. It's kind of odd. Like I felt like last season my team were great, and I did think that was probably the best shape they were in. The season before and this season are probably quite lucky to win the bowl, if I'm honest. Do you know what I mean? So again, I think you guys have touched upon it. I have been reasonably lucky, but I also play a quite high risk, high reward offense. Do you know what I mean? Where I'm just fucking lobbing the ball deep and looking for the best a lot of time. And Simroff, love him. He's a fucking legend as far as I'm concerned. He's kind of like the proto, like on Elway type guy. Do you know what I mean? Who's turns up for the playoffs. That leadership in playoff. What a fantastic, brilliant. This kind of idea of Simroff's QSTs, how crap they were. Do you know what I mean? And like, he's not level 27, I promise. Do you know what I mean? But he's just like, often in this game, I think it's not about the QB, it's about the wide receivers. Do you know what I mean? And I think, I got some of the best out there. Although one of them has been traded to you. Is that right, Matt?
2 of them have been traded to me now.
Have they? Fuck.
I've got Burton Slim and Watson now.
Oh my God. Fucking hell, watch out. They both got peripheral vision. Back with that, Matt. You got to pull the trigger, dude. You just got to get a deep bomber and just lob it, and and just live with the consequences.
Got one. Got Galloway last year.
Yeah. What you going for Simroff as well? Do you know what I mean?
Hello.
Oh,
There you go.
Why
This keeps cutting out on me. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, it does me as well. Yeah.
I'm me then.
Oh, the wonders of Discord.
That's all good.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Jess.
It can't handle the excellence of LJE. That's what it is. Discord's blown away.
Into that. Yeah. Good job, Matt. What did you pay for Watson?
A first, a second, and a fifth.
Right, you've got a bargain. Absolute bargain.
I know I have.
Yeah, that's fantastic, mate. Really, really good stuff, mate. Yeah. All you need now is Simroff, and you'd be good to go, mate.
Don't need him.
He's on the board. Level 17. He's on the board. No one's.
That's good. I can
yet.
tell. Brilliant. That's good. Because I can't see the trade board, so I don't know. I can see what Adrian's traded, but I can't see who's on the board. So you can see
pretty much.
But that's fine. But that's good. You can see how good, stroke bad my team was. Do you know what I mean? You can see Simroff, those QSTs at level 17. He's not exactly like the best quarterback in the world. Do you know what I mean? I loved him and I thought he was great. Do you know what I mean? So real maverick.
Yeah.
Well, it did the
Well,
business for you for sure.
yeah, we'll be able to show you those trade boards in immediately. So let's have a little look at this then. So this was number 3, and it was the same opponent as in team, but this was your second one against Johnny, wasn't it? First
Third.
one was
Third
it third?
against Johnny.
Was it?
Fourth. Yeah. So the Avalanche have lost 4 times. I think 1 time with Simon and 3 times with Johnny, I think.
Right. So you've beat Johnny 3 times back to back.
Sorry, Johnny. Yeah.
Well,
Sorry,
Was it?
Johnny.
I thought Johnny was only there for 2 of them.
that's it.
Have a look on the honours. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it's.
Let's have a
I
little
was
look.
If you scroll down and look at the, there you go, 3 losses in a row.
Yep.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
Proper nemesis.
Wallop.
Poor Johnny. Johnny, massive apologies, dude. You're very unlucky, especially in that first one we played. That in season 35. That was you were robbed basically. But last season, I think I took it. I won well. This season, I felt like. I think there, again, no disrespect to your conference, Matt, but I think there's better teams in the MFC at the moment. You know, I think that and the Avalanche, you know, they did brilliantly against me. But, you know, I was thinking, okay, to see how good they are. Do you know what I mean? But I think it worked out okay in the end. But yeah, I think there's stronger teams in the MFC. So
No, I'd agree at the moment. Yeah.
I think the Avalanche kind of got through quite quick, didn't they? How far are you away from competing, Matt? Are you going to give Johnny a bit of a run for his money next season? Do you think?
Depends if
Oh,
he
I
gets a
think he'll be-
motivation coach this season.
Yeah.
You know what? I could see me winning 5 games and getting Lomo. I could see that happening, just to rub it in even more.
That'll be funny.
About after 7 or 8 games or something like that with can't remember which of my teams got it either. But yeah, it's a bit of a kick in the nuts when you're doing well and you're bossing your division. And then all of a sudden you go onto the game analysis and you see that your team's played with -1 across the board.
Yeah, not a problem that Johnny seemed to be that worried about, to be quite honest, this season.
Mm.
Do you think you're getting worried this season, Matt? Are you closer that actually it would make a difference?
I don't know. Would it make a difference? Because at the end of the day, we found that motivation coaches are no use for playing in division games anyway. So
There we go.
I haven't looked at the Avalanche. I haven't looked at the Avalanche's schedule. I don't know if the Avalanche have got any tough out of conference games this year. But
Yeah, no. If
I
there's
don't
anything,
think it'll make much.
if there's anything we can take away from Redaction season 37 is motivation coaches. What a waste of money.
Yes.
Right, Avalanche is out of conference games. They're going to the Stingrays. They're going to the Tigers. They've got the Outlaws at home, and they're going to Barbarians, and then Sun Devils at home.
But then only the Outlaws game, isn't it?
Yeah,
Barbarians. I don't think the Barbarians will be as good because I think their league's off a cliff this year.
at Stingrays. Stingrays give
Stingrays
them
are
a game.
rebuilding.
Yeah,
They're
Stingrays
rebuilding.
A little bit.
Yeah, they're in rebuild. But no, I don't think it'd be worth it. So,
No, it did. To be honest, it did bloody well last year without one.
yeah.
To get to the bowl, I know once you've got to the playoffs, it doesn't matter. But to get through the division the way he did without a motivation coach, it shows that obviously if there's more rivalries in the division, which why shouldn't there be rivals in the division? Then it's it's only valid for really kind of two or 3 games maybe out of division if you've got a few tough games at most.
Yeah. After 30 plus seasons, there's going to be some rivalries. So.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I went with a motivational coach. I swear by them, if I'm honest. So yeah, I got a slightly different take on that. So I think they're really important. I think, and I think part of that is like our division, Jez, was quite tough, wasn't it? I mean, the Rapiers on a bit of a downward slope, but we wouldn't know that at the start of the season, were we? Because I think
No, that was a big surprise of where the Rapiers went.
Yeah, so even if the divisional games weren't going to be low-mo, I needed to win every game I could, I think, last season. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, because we still had games against Outlaws and games against the Razorbacks and games against Blues, and there was some tough games out of division games to come up against, and if you're going into those with low-mo, then you're going to get your ass kicked.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I just thought I just take the risk. I mean, just pay the price. Fuck it, and then I regret and get my team as good as I can. The games, do you know what I mean? So, but like I say, the Avalanche are in a weak conference. Do you know what I mean? So, just wandered through and give a fuck. Do you know what I mean? And got in the playoffs and no one touched them. Do you know what I mean? Until they came up against an MFC team. But yeah.
So I think you're trying to avoid the subject of us talking about this game that you've just won. That's reasonably important for the one that everyone else wants to get to. And you've been monopolising it for 3 seasons. So let's have a little look then, shall we? Where was the changing point in this game? Because it was pretty tight up to the halfway point, wasn't it? I didn't watch it.
Yeah, well, it's so long ago, Greg. Do you know what I mean? So, but no,
it was that third quarter, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's when we sort of
shutting them out in the third, putting up 14 and shutting them out in that third quarter. Just gave you that gap.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, again, I'm not going to put too much stall into this, but when you guys do the coach emphasis, what kind of do you put your points?
I put it all into injury prevention.
Yeah, same here. Injury awareness. I had 4 injuries last year, and that's all I had, so it was well worth it.
Yeah.
What about you, mate?
Yeah, same here for at the moment, because all I'm worried about at the moment is playing rookies and keeping them off the injury list while I'm coaching them. So that's where I'm sticking it all.
And you're right, injuries are like a massive thing. But what I do is I put all my coach emphasis in fitness. What that does is once it starts building up, if your players are fitter, they'll be less prone to injury. Also, you don't get that fatigue when you're actually in the game. So for me, once you get there's not a massive benefit to start off with. Once you guys get through like 3 or 4 weeks of building up those points, and you get some protection from injury because your players aren't playing fatigued. Also, when you get into the 3rd and 4th quarters, you'll find that your team is kind of performing on a much level basis across the game.
Interesting.
What do you think of that as a tactic?
Like that.
It seems to work.
Yeah, well, I've done it. It does. I've done it. I've employed it on both my teams in the Delta as well. Do you know what I mean? And I think even with injury awareness, it doesn't stop injuries. Do you know what I mean? I think that was the thing. I think when I started putting it in, and I was thinking, this is working great. And then I had a season with Katanas where I had about 3 or 4 really bad injuries. And I thought, fuck this injury awareness. Like, this is bullshit. Unless it's going to stop all injuries, there's no point. And I thought, actually, if I'm smart about it, what causes injuries? Oh, yeah, fucking when your players are knackered. So I thought, actually, let's get smart about this. And it seems like one that isn't like, fitness. So who gives a fuck about that? But actually, when you're reading down into it, like I say, it improves the player's fitness. And it's like all the coach emphasis is cumulative. Do you know what I mean? So by the time you get to the playoffs, your team, you've been beasting them all season. Do you know what I mean? You've been getting them out like they're hating on me. Do you know what I mean? Because you're like, come on, guys, another 6 miles. We're going to do a marathon before we start training. They're all fucking moaning. you're like the military, but it pays off once you get into long season. Do you know what I mean? I think that, again, I'm there to be proved wrong, but for me, I would say is that for me is like, the thing that I'm looking to sort of like tap into, because of the dual benefits, really.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I'd much prefer if they actually put it as that attribute as well. When you're coaching it, it's like knackeredness. Let's not call it fitness. Let's call it knackeredness. And that'd be much more entertaining.
Blowing chunks.
Yeah. All it is actually you just give each player a stick when they come onto the pitch, so they can poke their lung back down when it's just about to pop out. Yeah, but no, that's a good observation. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just fitness. The prevent the injury, and what's the other one? I used to stick it into like the pass protection one. Was it the pass protection one or quickness? I can't remember. Used to boost the OTs and the DEs, didn't it? And then they realised that one was just overpowered, and they dialed it back, and it was just like, well, won't put anything into that anymore because it's just not worth it anymore.
They've capped that at level 15. You can still go up 3 levels if they're 65S or 65Q, but it stops at 15 now, doesn't it?
Yeah. Which was a big difference, really, because if you had that coached up level 17, level 18 defensive end, and you knew by week 10 you were going to be putting a level 21 minimum out there each time, it seemed well worth it, didn't it? So yeah,
absolutely.
So it was the fitness of your squad that took this for you then, Lee. The second half banged it in.
I'm just putting it out there as a maybe, Greg. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, it might have had a factor, and I think we all know how tight the games are in the playoffs. Small margins, right? It's just about getting everything kind of good as we can get it. Do you know what I mean? Just trying to get everything.
What about this though? Leader in playoffs. You love that. You love this quarterback. He's your man. But that leader in playoffs as well. Has he got leadership as well?
No.
So this kicks in to like level leadership 2 or 3, doesn't it, in the playoffs or something like that? So that makes a massive difference in the tail end of a game as well, right?
Yeah, huge. I think it's that thing of like, completely. I think I got the Snow Bears are littered with leaders. Do you know what I mean? And I think again those key game moments where you kind of got those fourth downs, third and short, getting your leaders out on the defensive line is really important. Do you know what I mean? So I think that me making to the playoff, like Simroff he's brilliant, but he's a maverick, and sometimes he did like throw 4 interceptions. I mean, at the start of this season, he had the worst start ever. After about 4 games, threw about 2 touchdowns and about 6 interceptions. He was on a rating of like 39 or something awful like that. Do you know what I mean? But he pulled it back, and I think once he got in the playoffs, I had a bit of a sigh of relief. Even though I was playing against better teams, I really love that free leadership on a QB. I think it's great. I think it's because he had that optimized play calling as well, it kind of just thought, okay, he's going to make better decisions. Do you know what I mean? So again, it kind of cuts down on the interceptions, those kind of things. Do you know what I mean? So you kind of thinking, okay, so, I got to the playoffs, and I don't know if it, like I say, I don't know if it worked brilliantly, but in my head, it was like, all right, Ruffer's got this. We're high-fiving. He's got the guys round. Come on, we got this. Do you know what I mean? I just kind of had a feeling that the guy can do it. I mean, I know it's really weird to think about like our players as real people and not just like a string of numbers and stuff. Now, but in my head, me and Simroff were like going for, he's just taking control and just doing what's necessary, because he can run as well. It gave him an extra, that impetus of being a kind of, Randall Cunningham or John Elway, or even Patrick, dare I say, Patrick Mahomes, do you know what I mean? Of kind of making those choices to run when he needed to, do you know what I mean? So it kind of felt like, and I think it's kudos to the riches, like the game design, that I feel like that about players. I don't know about you guys, but I think what's brilliant about the game is kind of clunky, and it's a bit, you never feel like the players are robots, because there's always like, can always let you down massively, right? But they can always also really impress you, and you're thinking like, oh, just like real life. Do you know what I mean? Because no one's brilliant all the time. I mean, it's kind of like, and I think that, there's issues with the game, with the game engine and stuff. And I know it's kind of built on the foundation of MS-DOS and stuff. Do you know what I mean? But like, I fucking love it. I love it for its quirkiness and its weirdness. Do you know what I mean? And
Do you like if Watson has a bad, because Watson's like 200, 250 yards a game, everyone. When Watson has a 70 or an 80-yard game, do you like think, oh, well, he's had a row with his girlfriend, and his cat's not well, and there's
totally.
he's got things going on, so he's allowed a week off.
Yeah. He's like, what he's doing, he's like courting the opposition. He's going talking to the fucking Stampede head coach about moving franchises. Do you know what I mean? He wants bigger money. He's thinking like he's not on a proper deal. That's what I feel like. I think like Watson's, he's showing me, he's like, look, I can be shit as well, mate. Do you know what I mean? So fuck you. You better pay me what you owe me. I'm off to the fucking Stampede. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've heard we might be moving to Russia, so I'm really keen to get out of here.
Exactly. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah. So I'm glad to see my guys. Yeah, it'd be good. I'm actually glad to see them go into like, getting away from fucking, Putin's regime. Do you know what I mean? Which is like, I'm not saying Adrian Hill supports his regime or anything, but saying.
Just saying, yeah. It's interesting with the attributes on this quarterback as well. So we got the leader in playoffs, but we got Res and Res 2. Now, these attributes here, they sit in the positive attributes. And every time I see those on a quarterback, I'm like, how the fuck are they positive? Because they're only positive if you're losing. But as soon as you start winning, and even if you're like over 8 points ahead, and he like doubles them again, you're just like, these two attributes here, they might as well be calling them heart attack 1, heart attack 2, because all they do is scare the living bejesus out of me the minute we go ahead.
Totally, mate. And I think it's that thing of like, I agree with you, and especially super resilient is fucking horrible, right? Do you know what I mean? That is the word. Like, resilience bad enough. I agree with you. But like, honestly, you just got to let it fly, Greg. You just got to think, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to bomb it and see what happens. And like, so Simroff, he's amazing. Despite the fact he's got, I completely agree with you. But I think those resilient could, positive, but I think it's definitely neutral. I think it's kind of benefits and not benefits from it.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I always think to myself, where's the neutral attributes section?
Yeah, but that's definitely, I think resilient definitely be argued that they're both in the neutral zone. Me.
Yeah, no, superstar quarterback. Another one of those quirky QST ones that, I don't know, obviously not Adrian's thing, so he looks like he's trying to get rid of him as well. So breaking up the golden boys again. So that's it for the Snow Bears for at least another 2 or 3 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, and they've left Bath already.
Yeah. Yes, where it goes.
Back to Bratsk.
Pissing in the cold. Right,
Greg. Before we leave that game, I'm gonna hang something out here for the conspiracy theorists. If you go back onto the game, go to the play-by-play.
Yeah, are we talking home field advantage here, Jez?
Yeah, love it.
Last line, scroll right down to the bottom, right down to the end. Read the last line. Avalanche
But,
look
look
dismayed
dismayed.
at the away loss on the road. Oh,
Yeah. Well,
Is
you
it
know,
truly neutral?
we played so often in the bowl, Jess, that it's probably a home game, to be fair.
or a bath also considered on the road. See, that's probably the answer.
Well, the GMs have gone through this because I think Lee Wood questioned it for the home field of the the attribute with you get the +1 on and the +2 on. And they said it's definitely neutral, and they've built it in so that the attributes don't lose a level if you've got HS2. Do you know what I mean? It stays at a neutral level. Do you know what I mean? So it should be that they're both on the thing. I think I would imagine, and again, I'm trying to defend the game here, but I imagine that it's just a hangover. It's just a bit of text that comes in at the end of each game, isn't it, for the team that's bottom.
It's probably just cosmetic, isn't it? It's
If it isn't, Jess, don't worry, because we're the MFC. We always play at home. So either way, it's good for us.
Yeah. Not wanting to cause an international incident on that or anything, just being devil's advocate, really.
That's fine, mate. I think it's good.
I think you're right, Jez. I think you could question it again, because I bet Richard would love to answer that one again. All right, okay. So that's there we go. Super Bowl 37 Atlantic wrapped up. Last one for the Snow Bears for a while. Thank fuck. Because I've bored fucking shitless of seeing the Snow Bears fucking doing it every season.
3 and out, literally 3 and out.
The only regret I have is I'm not going to be able to get my revenge, because I swear some of the games I lost in the playoffs to the Snow Bears when you were there, and even the ones that Pete managed to get while he was still there as well. I don't even consider that I lost by points. I lost by yards in some of them, where it was literally like a yard from the end zone, 2 yards from the end zones where I got stopped. It's like it's not even a points difference. It was just inches on a field. So
yeah, I think one time it was actually inches when it was like you made the yardage, but you didn't. It was like 3rd and 1, and it was like you gained 1 yard, but you missed it by 0.2 of a yard or something, because it was like 1.2 yards rather than. Do you know what I mean? It's that thing of calculation.
It was, yeah, absolutely.
So hard lines, mate. Do you know what I mean? What I like the fact is when I was rebuilding, I think you beat me 53-13 or something.
Yeah.
So when I played you when you were rebuilding, I went full in on that game plan and tried to beat you by more, and I managed to do it. I scored about the same sort of points. I think I ended up at 54-3 or something. That's how much I hated your team, Greg.
Yeah, that's how fucking petty we are about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, oh, you've beat me in the playoffs. I know you're rebuilding. Oh, this could be a good opportunity for me to rest some players and make sure I don't pick up. Nah, fuck it. Kill him. Get him,
Greg. Get that fucking try and beat that score. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I'm gonna miss the opportunity to get that this season. It might still feel as good with Adrian there. Who knows? But we'll see.
I'm sure it will, mate. I'm sure it will. Any victory over the Snow Bears will feel good.
All right. So what are we going to cover off next then? We're going to have a look at the draft, or we're going to have a chat about trading.
Might as well do the draft thing as it's there, shall we?
Do the draft.
Okay. All right. So let's have a little look at our predictions. Our top 10. Chris McDougall. It's McDougall, isn't it? Yeah. He was hopefully going to join us as well, but he's down in Australia. He's working, so he was going to make it, but then couldn't again. So not a problem. But he did send me through his predictions, which is good to know, because he's picking number 1. So I think we can definitely say that wide receiver 6 is probably going to go at number 1.
I do like my predictions, Greg. Thank you for that. I think that's beautiful. That's exactly what. Who cares? You could tell us how great the GFL draft is if you wanted to, but
we wouldn't care about that. So
Again, yeah. But just a little point on that, Greg. The team so this is another thing that kind of thought, oh, should I move or not? So the team I'm taking over, the Quake, have no draft picks this season or next season. Not one.
Oh.
Not even a round 8. So I've not even looked at the GFL draft. I'm just like, do you know what? I'm just going to bed in, spend a season, get them done my team, know the league, and then go from there. But yeah.
I hate that. I hate that. My theory on that is, if you want to spend next year's drafts, you pay next year's subs.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't think you shouldn't be selling the farm. You shouldn't be able to do that, I don't think. So if you want to spend S39's picks, then pay subs now. And then you pay the subs, it opens up those picks to you.
I think that's a great idea. That's a great idea. And if they could possibly open up season 40s as well, I'd pay for
I was
those as
about
well.
to say, go through season 45. That was fine for me. I'd take that every time. I'd pay straight up.
Yeah, hang on a minute. How much have I got here? Next 10 seasons, please.
Only one season, boys.
Oh dear. Yeah, that could get crazy. But yeah, I think that's the one thing that might potentially save the Atlantic from an instant shift from the Big Sky to the Atlantic for Conrad when eventually someone decides to beat him in the Big Sky. I think he has sold the farm, and I think because that he's trying to maintain that, it's probably going to remain that kind of way. So if they lose, does he just go? It's an awkward situation to be in as well, I think, because leaving a new coach coming in.
Right. I don't think it's right.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And if they do sell the farm, and they've paid for next year's subs to do that, and then they leave, whoever comes in, you've got no picks. You'd have to pay your subs that year because the previous coach has already paid them. So, I just think it's. I just don't like the idea of people selling a year ahead and then buggering off.
Yeah, nightmare. I hated that when I came into the Rough Riders in the Big Sky. Can't remember who that arsehole was who sold all those picks.
Yeah, that also left you a Super Bowl winning team.
There we go. There we go. So it's not all about the picks. If you've got a decent team you're walking into anyway, then I think that's the thing. When you're a new coach and you come in, if you come into a squad that's actually healthy level-wise, that's more valuable to a coach when they come in than having crap levels but all your draft picks. Because it's really hard to try and get that understanding about what level do I need, what are the QSTs I need when you walk into a big pile of shit with, with 16 draft picks over the next 2 seasons. That's great. That's fun doing the drafts, and everyone loves their first draft and thinks it's fantastic. And then you look back 5 seasons later and go, why did I take that 50-50 wide receiver quality with pick number 8, right?
Oh yeah, I murdered my first draft. Absolutely murdered it.
Yeah, I think everyone does, right? I think everyone does, and it's not a bad thing. It's good. It's good learning curve. But the biggest thing was Matt left me with like 2 level 20 plus RBs, a good offensive line, defensive ends that could, put a bit of pass rush in there and things like that. I had to work out how to do a passing game myself because he never bothered to try to do that over the first 9 seasons he'd been there. But, other than that, it was like, you get a lot from it when you walk into a good side and you see those levels because you understand. Because then you look at a draft and you go, level 5. Oh, that's terrible. Whereas when you come into a team that's mediocre levels anyway and you go level 6, that's not bad. That is a first round, or that, I haven't got too far to go to get them to where they need to be. Whereas actually the reality is you want to be 15, 17 plus with most of the things, right? So yeah. So that would be at least one plus side that Conrad would leave behind, I guess, if he left.
I hope he comes. I hope he comes eventually.
Oh, I do as well, and I hope he lands on your side. and
as
I don't have to play him every
long
season.
as you don't land, as long as you don't land in my division.
It,
Division's a bit too much.
See, I got this feeling in my mind that it'll be that one season that Michael finally decides he's going to walk away from the Meerkats, and Conrad goes, "Oh, I love those." Oh dear, I don't know. I might be looking for a new home after that. Who knows? Anyway, so here we are, draft. Chris couldn't make it. Wide receiver 6. Chris is picking wide receiver 6 by the looks of it at number 1. So that looks like that's a lock. Who wants to cover?
Before you move, why don't you show the draft list? Because why don't you show who your wide receiver 6 is on the
Who
draft
wide
list?
receiver 6 is?
Yeah.
That's a good
If that's
idea.
not giving away your board, I don't know.
Nah, I don't think so. Might help some people. I did move a few around further down so that people would think they're a little bit less sexy, so I might have a better chance of getting them. So it's all working in my favour.
Yeah, good hand. Nah, get out of that.
Huh?
To the rookies.
Rookies. Yeah, they are
Just go to the
rookies.
rookies. I just pick the assignment.
There you go.
There you go.
So wide receiver 6 is Conan Frank, elite. He's got no attributes at the moment, which I found quite strange.
It's tall though.
Can I? Sorry, I hear what you're saying. Elite wide receiver, brilliant pick. But can I just make the case for wide receiver number 4, who is a level higher? I know he's a quality.
How many PGs are you?
He's got peripheral vision. He's the only wide receiver in the draft to have peripheral vision.
Mm.
I'm not saying it's important. Fucking important. And I'm not saying. I think wide receiver 6 is a absolutely bang on, locked in pick for number 1 probably. But if I was picking number 1, I would seriously consider, if it depended on where I was on the rebuild, whether it would be better to have a guy. You're going to get to that level anyway. But with peripheral vision, I think would just be. I mean, the only other thing I think is, like you say, I think pick the elite wide receiver and play him, and hopefully you'll pick up an attribute or 2 through the season. But that peripheral vision, I love it. I really do love it. And I think if he's the only wide receiver in the draft to have that at a decent level with those QSTs, yeah, get him, pick him, stick him on your development squad, bring the 5 across from the 30, get that extra, coach him up to get an extra level on top. You haven't got to worry about being elite. Fucking hell, like you're gonna lose 1 level, and you got peripheral vision. He's already got a level higher anyway. 2 level higher. For me, a level higher. So for me, not going crazy on this, but if you scouted him as well, push. You can pick him up outside of the top 10. Your draft is going to be A++. I mean, I can't see him going any deeper. I mean, Greg, if somebody else picks the wide receiver 1, you get straight in on that dude. He's gonna be a franchise wide receiver for a lot of seasons if he coaches.
No, you actually trade me the pick, actually, Greg, because I'm the one that scouted him.
Oh, there we go. We'll have a talk afterwards.
So if you want to do a deal, Greg, you know where I am.
We'll do a deal. Yeah, no, absolutely. That and the other thing as well, I think that's going to become a rarity, isn't it? Because that was one of the things that came up at the draft, was about taking peripheral off of specifically deep zone wide receivers.
Yeah, it's a real shame because I think it's a great, something that we can work with. Do you know what I mean? And we want to, when you go in deep zone, you want it to be explosive. You don't want it to be like, I don't think it's OP. I don't think it's overpowered. Like I said, you can look at my figures for the season. I had some good games, I had some bad games. So I wouldn't say it's not like back in the day when you had that fucking massive fullback and a massive center and a massive offensive guard that just destroyed teams, that strangled you. Getting like 9 yards of carry like all day long. Which really.
Bring back them days. Bring back them.
Fuck them. Do you know what I mean? You want explosive, Jerry Rice kind of wide receiver, going deep, getting in the end zone, Rick Hill. Do you know what I mean? And have that explosive element. I don't think it should be. I think it definitely should be rarer, but I think it should still be an attribute that deep wide receivers have. Because I think what's interesting about a draft is it bringing when you talk about the attributes, it makes things much more nuanced, and that's what we want, right? We want a game that's complex, nuanced. We want to make that idea of thinking we're one step ahead of the game. We're seeing what's in the draft that other people aren't seeing. Do you know what I mean? And that's what makes a game for us, right? If you take away the attribute, it just makes it fucking dull. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, oh yeah, we're going to get. It's just mechanical. Oh yeah, wide receiver number 6 is going to be elite. Blah blah blah. I think the attributes have been a really incredible addition to the game. I don't want to. I don't think they should be overused. I think they should still be part of the game and an important part of that.
But there's always going to be some that are stronger than others, right?
Yeah, totally, and that's absolutely fine as well. Do you know what I mean? And then you can value on that. There's some terrible attributes. We talked about resilience, but I think that's all part of the game.
Trash talk. Trash talk's a load of crap.
Oh man, it'd be okay if it worked in games, not just for rookies or people in their first game. Fucking, what's the point of that? What a load of shite! What a terrible attribute.
Yeah. Why don't I get penalised for taunting with all my trash talking as well?
Yeah. I just think it's that one. It might affect a player who's probably a low level for one game when their first ever game. Fucking big deal. It's crap. Do you know what I mean? So I think it'd be good to have a review of the attributes, like they do. Do you know what I mean? Because I think that also. I think the AC1 on the tight ends, on a strong tight end, is quite powerful as well. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the quite an overpowered. Again, if you look at the tight ends, if you've got a quick running back, I think a strong tight end with AC1 on it, again, should be worth a look at for a first round or second round pick, no matter what the level. Do you know what I mean? I just think that they're peripheral vision on wide receivers, AC1 on tight ends, strong tight ends. If you've got a quick running back, are really important kind of attributes. Sorry, I'll get into the whole debate, but
but it's a great point, because again, it's another thing that changes that draft dynamic, right? So for example, wide receiver 6 is number 1 on my list because I've scouted him. So for me, I'm looking at him and I'm like, if I was number 1, I'd be taking him there, because he is going to be +1, +2, good age in the +3, whatever. So again, it's all of these scouting attributes, that quality, elitism. It makes you look at a draft afterwards now and you think, what a crazy pick. But then when you start looking at those smaller points, you start going, maybe. So it's a good point.
These are really important points. But can we just have a look at the most important aspect of it here, which is some of these names? You've got John Bubblesbath.
What?
John Bubblesbath.
Yeah.
That's bad even for me.
I mean, Barry Gibbs off the Bee Gees, isn't he?
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah. Sassafras. Wasn't that what Dastardly or Muttley said?
Yeah.
I think it was the cat, it was in Tweety Pie, wasn't it?
The suffering succotash one.
Yeah.
I know. This is just an example. There's some banging names in this draft. Did you ever look through the rest of them?
Yeah.
My God. John Bubblesbath is a good one, though.
Yeah. Where's Ploggy? Nice. But is that going? The only person I can think in the Atlantic that's going to affect their draft position is probably the Generals. So I think that's the only person I can think of that goes, I'm not picking him. Name's crap. Don't care if he's best.
Oh, and Matt will trade up for them. Matt will be trading up for John Bubblesbath. He want him on his roster.
Yeah, to go with run through Hull. Yeah.
Hey, I'm still looking forward to drafting Connor back.
Yeah. Right.
Well, the good news is you can change the first name, can't you? So you can call him Snow Bear Bath. Just saying.
Oh, dear.
I'll go
Yeah, put me
build
down for wide receiver 4, Greg. Let's put that in. Yeah.
Let's build yours out as we go.
A bit of
All right,
a weird one.
There's wide
Then let's
receiver
put wide
6.
receiver 6 on my second pick. That'd be great. So I
Okay.
think let's go for wide receivers early doors.
Yeah,
Especially with Scout.
it's a great draft for wide receivers and running backs. This is the best draft I've seen in a very long time for wide receivers and running backs. It's
I would
crazy
actually
good.
argue it's the best one I've ever seen in any
Ever
draft.
seen. Right, okay.
Yes.
Just want to say to
Old statement, that Matt.
Just want to say to Aid that this is the best draft for running backs and wide receivers that we've seen. So don't give me any bullshit about this draft is worse than the Big Sky's one. The Big Sky have got one elite, I think, and it's a defensive end. The rest of it's a big pile of shit. So nice try getting people to go, oh yeah, actually let's get rid of my first round picks and let's give them all to the Snow Bears because they've said how bad it is. Not working. But it is fantastic, Druff. Timed it right, didn't I, Jez? You did tell me. You did tell me. All right. So, anybody else we want to talk about in this top 10? We've got loads. I mean, look, RB. Let's have a look at the RBs. Let's just look at the RBs.
Let's go for it, Greg, because I'm loving RB4. I've got to say, it's
Let's have a look.
the Bush.
Reggie
Bush.
So he's been strongly scouted, and I just think that for me, I've got the Snow Bears. I've got a strong running back moment. I don't know. Maybe they trade him away, but given the choice, I think RB4, that kind of the quick Reggie Bush, I think would be a lovely pick. You can build a whole team around if you wanted to. Just saying.
I'm sure we've had this debate before, or we've talked about this before, but I don't know if we ever actually got a definitive answer. Does weight actually make any difference at all in any position?
Oh, next question.
There you go, Jez. We can draw a line under that one as well. Yeah, so we got 2 we can tick off today, Jez. Home field advantage in the Super Bowl and weight on any player.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Right, here we go. You got check this, Greg, right? So you pick up Bush, right? Your next pick, right?
Can't do that these days, Lee. You get cancelled.
Right, and then
just grab them right in the bush.
Yeah, and then check this. Look at straight out of Nashua, my college team. We've got tight end number 5, 60 strength, AC1 tight end, along with Bush. Fucking hell, man! You're talking dominance. Thomason, do you know what I mean? This is massive. This is huge.
I knew I brought you. I knew I got you on here for some reason because I had no idea what I was going to do with these 10 picks I've got in the first round. I'm like, I got all of these picks. What am I going to do with them? Just get on the bat phone to Lee, and he'll tell me.
Oh yeah, mate. I'll sort it all out for you. Do you know what I mean? Look at that. It's a 60 QS. So that 60 is important because it doubles the bonus you get from AC1. That's huge. That's worth probably 2-3 levels. He's a quality as well. Amazing. You get Bush, you got profit, dude. We are going to be in Bush profit big time.
All right, let me just update my list. So you're saying that that I can profit from Bush?
You know it.
Yeah. Sounds really dodgy, but I'm
sure I've heard that somewhere before.
And you've got a BG. If you pick the BG wide receiver as well, man, you got it all going on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Robin Gibb.
Well, Greg's got all the picks to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that, Greg? Let's go back on the list and see where that leaves us. So, did I get you to pick RB4
Yeah.
next?
So let's have a look. So you're saying
That's your pick. Yeah, let's go RB4 on that one.
so we're going RB4 on that one.
And then pick 8. Let's get for tight end 5. There's no one else to see him. Like, let's go the dream scenario.
There we go.
Tight end 5. Or you know what you could do is you could trade up to fucking what the Stallions are asking for, like, you know, or the Cyclones for their picks 4 and 5. Do you know what I mean?
I'm still on hold with the Cyclones, waiting for him to re-enter the country.
Oh right. Okay.
I did offer something to Martin, but he obviously didn't like it and thought he'd try and go somewhere else and get something better. So he might be back soon. I don't know. We'll see. Because as I was saying earlier, there's this draft. There are 4 teams holding 18 picks in total for the first round.
Yeah,
So,
brilliant.
So if anyone's going to go out there and try and find some others to, you know, trade with, it's going to be next season or whatever. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, and then once you've got like RB4, and you won't need that offensive guard, Greg. You can pick a better pick. You ain't got to be sucked into getting a fucking elite offensive guard. And who's just picked him as number 2 pick?
Oh, that's our
three.
star running back coach.
He got like so. He's got like OG1 as pick number 3 as well. Like nah.
Oh yeah, that's me. That's me.
Go for that. Do you know what I mean?
Love it. Oh.
What Stallions? What kind of running back have they got? Have they got like a strong running back, or are they kind of?
I don't think they've got one at the moment. I don't think they've got one.
Okay, so OG1 ain't going to go there, is he? He's going to drop down, I reckon.
Oh yeah, no, I've not done any scientific stuff like that. Have you not watched a redaction before, Lee? You see,
Yes, I have.
It's definitely not expert territory. This is why
Okay.
we wanted you on here today. You know, give us that expert. You know,
I know
the
that, mate.
neutral eye. So yeah. So wide receiver 4, wide receiver 6, RB4, tight end 5.
Like, yeah, let's go for tight end. Yeah, tight end 6, is it? He's elite. Do you know what I mean? I mean that's useful.
Not tight end 6.
Tight end 5, wasn't it?
No, not tight end 5. He's down there. He's on pick 8.
Oh, yeah.
Greg, I got you.
What were you putting in there?
Do you mean DE6?
Oh, DE6.
Yeah. Oh no, hang on. Yeah, let's do that. And then the Cyclone's going to pick running back 1. He's the strong one. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go for running back 1.
Izzy Rascal.
The Cyclone. Yeah, that's him.
We've got the Aztecs who just love a pass.
I was going to say that's a wide receiver all day.
Yeah. The next best wide receiver. Who's that? Is that going to be wide receiver 2?
Oh, let's have a look. What was it?
A quick wide receiver.
He likes a
there
quick
is.
one, doesn't he?
He does
He
like
might,
a quick
he might
one.
decide to change it up though. You know, he might decide to get himself a running game. This is the season to do it.
Are you sure?
Okay.
No, receiver.
Level 9 wide receiver, 75 Q. I can see him going all day.
Yeah. Let's go for wide receiver 2. He's a decent pick at that point.
That's the wrong one. I'm going to close that one.
Wide receiver 2.
Then we got the Tigers.
I guess I'll go OG1 just because he's going to be on the board. He's going to be twitchy. Pick 7.
He's got a strong RB as well, I think, hasn't he?
Yeah. Let's go for that.
He'd do the business.
I mean, it's a good pick, but if you want to put your stock into like a strong running back, do you know what I mean? I just think for you, Greg, I think chance of OG1 still being there at pick 8 is he's probably got more chance of getting TE5. Mm-hmm. I think you go quick.
Yeah. And then we've got Richard Klein at the Warriors. I think he's.
Yeah.
I can't remember what he's taken before, but it's just like his third draft around this area, I think.
Yeah, let's have a look. See,
history says he likes running it up the middle.
Yeah. What about? Oh, this is really out there, but I think outside linebacker 7.
Oh, outside.
He's elite,
linebacker
right?
7. He is, isn't he?
I think like one thing you're going to need if you're going to stop these kind of tight ends with their fucking powerful AC1s and these quick running backs, you're going to want they need some offensive outside linebackers.
What do you reckon?
Stop that.
OB3 though. This is the one for me. It's like level 5 elite, yeah. But you've got this level 7, but he's got that little 5T in there. How you feel about T's on OBs?
I love it. I'd like it, but I still think the elite will trump me. It's good, but I don't know if it's worth like those extra levels.
Levels come first.
I think I do like a technique. Sometimes they're not as useful as others. Love them on defensive linemen the best. Like the little 5s and 10s on defensive linemen, because one of my favourite stances is flex, and they give a little bit of extra. I think again, I like it on the outside linebackers. That's probably the next useful thing. I think given that he's an elite, I would go for OB7. I think out over the OB3, which is still a really good pick. And again, something that I think, again, on defense, I think you will need to get to the bowl. You need some decent outside linebackers, or strong safety, or combination of the two. Do you know what I mean? Because you will come up against fast running backs, like Jez, and it's going to be tough. Do you know what I mean? So you need some defense there. So that's what I'm going to go for. OB7. Okay,
those outside linebackers with tech, they get a boost on Eagle, don't they?
Who plays fucking Eagle? Fuck.
Yeah.
Fucking season fucking 13 rank want their fucking stance back. Come on. What the fuck? Don't play the Eagle, do you?
You've got to drop an Eagle in every now and again.
No. Yes, now I see why you don't want a bowl. Do you know what I mean? What the fuck?
Come on. It's all cyclical. Things come back into fashion. You know that. Look at your jumper.
Well, yeah. I'm still waiting for that. Do you know what I mean? Have you seen the new episode of The Killing? I've got some bodies chopping up at the back here. But I think it's the Eagle on outside linebackers is awful. Let me just put it out there. Saying.
So just
if you want to know what stances work, just check out my defensive game plans that show you my bias. I mean, whether you agree or not is different. Kids out there, like I'll tell you what, next season, everyone try the Eagle stance, and then email me or Jez and let us know how you got on.
See how it is, yeah.
Yeah. If it was a positive experience, if it was a positive experience, then send those emails to Lee. If it's a negative experience, then send those to Jez, and Jez can let us know how the Eagles going.
We'll read them.
I think I'll just stick to listening to the Eagles instead of using the stance.
Right. Sorry, mate.
So OB7, and then we got your mate Kendall. He's not picking an OB with a pick 10, is he? He can't stand picking OBs, can he?
No chance.
Picker 1? No, I'm joking. I'm joking, Kendall. So
who's he going to take?
He'll take
running back.
Is there any elites? Yeah. So, have they got any elites left or not?
Got the outside. You got the OT. OT4.
There's a junk.
It's a horrible.
Yeah, there's a junk.
Oh yeah.
I say junk, but dev squad means if you did take him, you could get him to something reasonably.
I can't see
65.
That's boring. Kendall likes spicy, doesn't he?
There's a level 3 defensive end elite as well. 50-50.
Nah.
Oh yeah.
Banging, that is.
Yeah, there he is. Fit.
What round will that Dieng go?
Gripper.
What round will that Dieng go? I reckon he might not go until the 3rd round.
Who? Which one?
The elite, the end, the level 3 one.
Oh yeah. I think even if he is
he's nasty.
Be round 3 or round 4, I reckon. End of round 3.
Yeah.
I bet somebody takes him in the 2nd.
You reckon?
I don't know who, but somebody might take him. I can see it coming in a second.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see it. I would say third. If he goes in the second, then it'll be as good as taking a quick OG in the first round. Right.
Never mind the person that traded him in.
How about? I mean, this guy'd still be on the board. Wide receiver 1. He's a level 9 quality.
Yeah, that's can do all day. Let's do that one.
Yeah.
Is he still on the board?
Yeah, I think he is on yours.
Yeah, still on mine. Let's put him on there. There you go.
There you go.
Everyone's happy, right?
Oh.
Fantasy draft. Wide receivers going in the top 10. That's how it should be. Wide receivers are important, right? Kind of.
Well, it begs that question again, isn't it? About how devalued quarterbacks have become, right?
Yeah.
In the real world, you'd be expecting to see, all the talk is about which QB is going to be the next franchise guy, and then, I mean, if we look at the class we got in here.
Yeah, but remember, this is like based on the 80s seasons. Do you know what I mean? You had your Joe Montanas and your stuff. Do you know what I mean? But you also, had your Dieter Brocks and your Mark Malones, didn't you? Do you know what I mean? So, starting quarterbacks who could probably, make a good coffee, but shouldn't be anywhere near a fucking gridiron, should they? Really? Do you know what I mean? It's kind of.
I mean look at that QB 45.
I was going to say, but that looks like a league quarterback. That does. Look at that.
That free leadership. I'm just saying, I'm going to put a big shout out for John Stewart going in the second round, and someone who gets him, that is going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing. Yeah. What's his attributes?
So that's pocket, passer, QB2.
What's 2? Yeah.
Is that pistol or is that?
Yeah, I reckon he'd be good.
And then just for the heart flutters, he's a res 2 already.
Yeah. But he's got his leadership, so I reckon that kind of count. I think that 3 leadership is, like I said to you,
QB2 is ace.
QB2 is ace. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be all right, wouldn't it? Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
So you get an ace. You got your strong tight end with your ace 1. You got your quick wide receiver with your peripheral vision. You got your Reggie Bush.
Greg,
out the back.
Greg, I think we just found your quarterback, Greg.
Oh, there you go. It's all coming together. Yeah.
One draft and back, baby. One draft and back.
Is that Martin at the Stallions? Yeah. I just want to tag and I know we talked about a deal the other day. I just want to tag an 8th on. Will that get it through? Yeah.
Come on. He's got people around him. Yeah, he could be, level 9. Oh, fantastic quality, free leadership. It made, Greg. One season you'll be back, mate. I'll tell you what. If you get those players, I guarantee you, season 40, 41, you'll be in the bowl. Season 40, you get to the bowl and lose. Season 41, finally beat Matt's run of like 3 bowls in a row and take him down. There you go. How's that for predictions?
Oh, I almost like that semi-backing of me. Get your first one, lose it, but you'd be all right after that.
Gotta go for the pain, Greg. You gotta get the hunger.
Yeah, well, I think I've been there already for that. But I've got to remember how to start game planning again because I haven't had to do that for 4 seasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean this draft. I mean there are so many different playmakers that you've got to choose from. People who have got picks at in the 30, 31, 32 region. You're still going to be picking up something that's going to be a potential game changer, I think, from what I've seen here.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. Good. No, it's a brilliant draft. It is a really good draft. I think you're right, Greg. I think it like some brilliant play. These are guys that will be superstars in a couple of seasons. Do you know what I mean? And there's some really strong. Love it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Anything else you wanted to cover off that you'd put on there, Jez, Matt?
No, I think we've got all a relatively similar mishmash of players, not all in the same order, but they're all there or thereabouts, aren't they?
Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying, Matt?
I wouldn't be surprised if 5 elites went in the first 5 picks.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise. I agree. It's not the right move, but I still would not be surprised if 5 elites went in the first 5 picks.
Yeah, and for me, it's I'm kind of semi looking at the elites on the basis that I took in 22 new players this season. I've got some of those that have coached up nicely and still need a little bit. 10 coming in this season from round 1. So actually, I'm looking at it from the basis of, oh, well, if I get the elites, then that should give me a better chance of getting some pops and then diverting onto the other ones later as well. So it's trying to balance the numbers on this. And if I think I ran through some numbers for my aging, I think my aging might be plus 18 levels this season. So with where everything's landed, so that'll be hilarious when that comes through. And that's the way I think there's like 2 or 3 players that are still level at their age, like 8 and 9, and they've got E's, so they're going to be like -4, -5, and I think I worked out it'd still be around sort of anywhere between +10 to +18 on my aging this season, which I thought was quite hilarious.
Yeah, but I think it's good. Sorry, mate. So, like, Matt, if 5 elites go in the first 5 picks, it's gravy for the rest of you. I mean, there'll be some players up and down.
I'll be amazed if they do, though. They'll be passing up on 2 quality level 8 pure 60 running backs. That those guys don't grow on trees.
Cyclones don't need a running back for a start. They took one. Was it last year or the year before? Womack or whatever his name was.
Oh yeah.
So they don't need a running back.
Unless he wants another one to pair it with him and go I form. So, it gives you options then.
Yeah. If you've got Womack and then Barry Gibb playing on there, it'd be all right. But yeah, I mean, so Alex took that wide receiver number 1 last season, and he's managed to pick up 3 picks. Again, he's picking at 31 and 20, and there's still going to be loads of talent there for him to pick up another. He's going to get 3 decent stars going forward. Comets have got 2 picks, and the Islanders have got 2 picks as well. So yeah, I think there's 4 teams in there have got 18 picks in total in the first round, so it's a good one to be in there with a few. Not that I'm biased or anything. Right. Let's move off of that then. So let's have a little look at the trading, because trading's been mixed.
I see you got Ericsson as well. Like, fucking hell, man, you're doing some dealing. Like, fucking hell. Got some good players there, dude. Fuck me.
I did.
So,
to be honest, I wondered if any shit was going to be said about Ericsson, the price I got him for.
So what have you
got?
got?
I think he's got free leadership as well. I think
he has. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so there we go. Right. So a 2nd and 3/3 for Ericsson. Deal or no
unreal.
deal?
Fucking, that's cheap as fucking chips.
Like robbery, that is.
Bloody hell, Matt.
Age 3, Matt, is that what he is?
He is age 3, yes.
Fucking hell. Unbelievable.
Oh, I nearly choked there.
Yeah, I did. Looking at that.
Then we got Watson has gone for a season 39 first, 2nd plus a 5th.
Wow.
How many yards a game does he normally do, Jez, against you?
Oh, 200 plus.
He does 400 against you, doesn't he?
Jez,
I haven't got him on the schedule yet.
Yeah, Jez, you'll be like packing his bags for him, won't you? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's gone over the other side. I'm more than happy with that.
You'll be like, get the fuck out.
Actually, to be honest, I did send Jez an email when I brought Rawson in saying I want to congratulate Note on your page for winning you the division championship this year.
He traded Pinkston out for a first.
Yeah, that seems like a bit of a harsh deal.
And he's back in the ring.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I said
Oh.
it feels like you've been ripped off on that one. If you look at the deal for Ericsson,
Yeah, I know. 2s and 3s, bloody hell.
level 20, age 3, free leadership. Hang on. Pinkston's decent, but what's he like, level 16 or something? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Johnny Woodcroft, like level 20 again. What's he, age 3, age 4, fucking middle linebacker? Like, whoa. Doesn't seem a lot.
So he's taken an offensive tackle. What was that one? What was Bailey on the board for?
He wasn't on the board. He wasn't on the board.
Oh, he wasn't on the
no
board.
idea.
Right, okay.
Let's click on him. Let's have a look and see if we can ascertain what level he is. Hang him on, see what he is.
So he's level 7 journeyman. What's that? 2 seasons ago or a season ago?
Round 32, isn't it? He's kind of 5 seasons. He's age 6. Okay, could be quite high, I guess. How many games did he play last season?
10.
All of them.
Okay, he's okay. Hopefully he's level 20.
Well, he wants to be good.
Well, he needs to be level 20, otherwise there's no point in trading that.
Yeah.
Can I have a look at the snowboard, the Snow Bears board? Is that right? So who's on there?
Oh yeah. Let's give you the view of what's left. Obviously, not everyone listed will go in one trade window. Well, I think Aids may be changing his mind about that because there's been quite a few gone.
Yeah. There's still some decent players on there, isn't there? Yeah, you got Boca Gold. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, add 2 level 20 defensive tackles. Yeah, it's not bad, mate, was it?
Oh dear, mate. No wonder we couldn't beat you.
Oh, dear me.
You weren't getting through the middle. That was certain.
No way.
Yeah. A lot of the good stuff's gone, but yeah, Quentin Beck is a decent player. I'd argue. Do you know what I mean? Age 4, pass blocking, 65Q offensive tackle, quality player. Pretty good. Yeah, some good stuff there.
Did you pick
Even
up did you pick up a cornerback? Did you pick up a cornerback, Matt, in the end, as well?
Yeah, go to the comment. Yeah, go to the comments trade. Stampede comments. Quite early.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I think it was one of the first ones I did.
This one. No, that was you picking up Burton Slim.
Right.
So you picked up Burton Slim plus the safety for that quarterback, which was what level?
What level was Marino? Matt,
12.
we don't mind saying. You don't have to sell us if you don't want to. It's fine.
No, it was 12. It was 12.
It was level 12, yeah.
Okay,
Level 12.
Yeah.
He's got an A on pre-aging though, and he was only age 1.
Okay.
And a quarterback. And what was Burton Slim? Still 17, was he? 15, was he?
15,
Only
I
15.
think.
Yeah,
Okay.
15. But yeah, provisional. He had some good attributes. Peripheral vision. And Kravanos, I thought, was a good player. Was he level 15 again? Matt, was that about it?
No comment. I'm not telling you what that one is.
Okay. He was level
Johnny's
15.
listening. Johnny's writing it all down now.
It doesn't make a difference, mate.
It's all right. It's before aging.
Yeah, it's all good. Like, it can't stop you anyway, Johnny. You've done a massive, those trades you've done, Matt, hats off to you, mate. Impressive. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't seem to have paid a lot of money for a lot for those guys. So, yeah, massive improvement already. I mean, your team were pretty shit.
Greg, Comets and Stampede in the middle.
The defense was awful.
Comets and Stampede. One up.
That one.
Yeah.
That one. Right, okay. Champagne.
That's a proper price.
Yeah, that's proper.
That
Now
one.
that's more like it.
He's level
Hey,
21
hey.
though.
Did he put him on the board? Did he?
He was on the board at 21. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
that's proper price. That's what you should have been paying for Ericsson. Like your cheap
Chandler.
knockoff Lidl prices.
Aid's getting on the phone to his lawyer now. Can we roll that one back? How many people do I need to get on board to object to that trade?
Yeah, no, I wish Aid. I do wish Aid all the luck in the world rebuilding the Snow Bear. So yeah, no, and it's you know, it's a good thing to do if you want to put your stamp on your team, don't you? Do you know what I mean? So fair play. Do you know what I mean? But it just feels like a little bit cheap, especially going to Matt. But I guess, you know, in any other conference, fair play. And that, do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Hey, Lee.
And Greg
you've got a
picked
team
up
to support,
the quick guard that went in the first round last year.
Yeah, this was round 1 pick. This was the round 1 quick OG. Went on the trade book. I went in there. I said, I'll give you a third for him. He said, oh, someone's already come in with a third and a seventh. And I said, yeah, I could match that. I said, but my picks are higher. He went away and thought about it for an evening and said, yeah, let's do it. So yeah, third and the seventh for the quick OG.
wow.
I don't know if I'm going to play him. He's going to be great on special teams, I guess. But you know,
Yeah,
just did it for the shits and giggles. Really.
Totally, man. You got cash, haven't you? You're a cash buyer, Greg. You kind of got your pocket stuffed full of picks. You might as well offload some, haven't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. So I saw him on there. I couldn't resist the opportunity to pick him up. So yeah, there he goes. He's now sitting on the Spitfires roster. But yeah, so you've been saying it's slow, Matt, but it looks like you've done most of the trading in the Atlantic. So
I think I'm in the lucky position that I'm pretty much the only one that is really spending picks this window. I don't think a lot of people are just holding on to whatever they've got. Plus, as well, I think it's helped that you've got, you started off with 12 of the first round picks. So, there's not a lot of first round picks being floated around at the moment. Not for season 38, anyway.
Yeah, no, it's it has been a strange one. I've never sat around with that many first round picks, and like I said, we talked about it on a couple of the redactions about, are we sitting in a strong position? So I did get a couple of emails come through going, well, I've got this pick. You can give me your worst 3 first round picks, and you can have this one if you want. And I'm like, no thanks. No thanks. But that's been the starting point, right? Where people are like, you've got all the picks, so you want to offload them, right? It's like, no, not really, because again, like I said earlier, even though a lot of those picks are, in the 20s, the few 30s, late teens, this kind of draft, I reckon is still going to be picking up some decent impact players in the first round. So it's kind of like, nah, I'm okay. But if you want to trade for this, which I think is more in the realms of realistic, then we can do that. And there's been a few back and forths where it's like, well, how about I take one that's 2 more higher than that one? It's like, nah, I'm happy with what I offered. Just let me know when you're ready. So it's been a weird. I've never been in that kind of position before, so it's normally chasing it, whereas it's almost a kind of just a sit back and like, this is what I think it's worth. Backwards and forwards. No, I still think this is what it's worth. And then we just wait and see what happens. But there isn't many other options out there, like you say. So it's been weird.
I don't know. If I'd been you, I would have I wouldn't have traded up. I would have just kept what I've got and drafted. You'd have got 12 of the top 32 players in a good draft.
Yeah, and I think if I hadn't taken the amount of players I took last season and trying to continue some of those forward as well, it really becomes a numbers game. So it is a case of like, well, even if I'm taking journeyman, am I going to get 4 levels into them? Now I probably got a better chance of getting 4 levels into a quality than I have J-Man and things like that. So it's just balancing the numbers really, as well as who I'm going to take. So, but you know,
Yeah, I think that's always the thing for me, Greg. It's like, I think, on a rebuild of Snow Bears that I did, I think I took 3 first rounders, built my team around those, and yeah, so I'm full admiration for you taking on 10 first rounders. Plus, you've got the rest of your team you'll be building as well, and it's just you've only got a finite amount of CPs. Do you know what I mean? So I reckon you will have to make some hard decisions about which players are special teams. Hey, you're special, dude. I'm not going to coach you anymore. And which players are going to think, actually, these are the superstars. These are the guys that I need to build into. Do you know what I mean? I think you can get away with, so we go like 5 CPs a week over 9 players, 18 players, offense and defense. That's the kind of players you're going to build, but you're still not, those aren't necessarily going to pop where you want them to. So you start, for me, I don't know, how do you guys feel? It'd be a good question, actually, especially for someone like you, Greg, who's got so many players to do. I'll tell you how I do it. So when I got Wasson, elite receiver, do you know what I mean? I sort of put 10 CPs into him. And then if he doesn't pop, if we get sort of halfway through the season, he's only had 2 pops or something, I start panicking and start wanging on 15 because I'm desperate to get those 6. Because I think there's no point getting an elite receiver if they're not going to pop 6 times. So if they pop 4 times, and
you want to make the most of it, don't you?
Yeah, totally. What about you? What's your tactic, Greg? Are you going to be going like 5 CPs, really disciplined? Like Kendall talked about this. He's talked about this in Delta. Do you know what I mean? But he's talked about it online as well. He puts 5 CPs and that's what he'll just leave it. He'll just keep feeding them 5 CPs all the time, and let the universe decide. Fuck the universe. I want to decide. And I think so. What about you, Greg? How are you thinking about distributing those CPs and how you're going to work with your elites and qualities?
Yeah, so it'll be with like this season. I've already had this was a kind of like a dry run, even though it's like lower level, lower round stuff. It's lower risk trialing what you can do. So it'll be the same kind of approach, which was 5 or less on players. The elites would be the ones that I probably give the 5, because then if they don't pop, then they get the +1 the following week. The ones at a lower level, I might be doing 4s or 3s, because if they don't pop in the first 3, oh well, never mind. But I've spread it out again across more of them, and then just see how that goes. And that's to like week 6, and then at week 6 is where it's kind of readjusting around like MSARs and coming out, and if there's someone who's only got 1 pop and they're coming up with a week, it's like, thanks, but you're on special teams now. And reassessing at that point, where am I going to start chucking some more focus, which might be more CPs on the ones that are coming in with strong A to C, because again, it's age 0, age 1 players, where those, even if they're a C, it's not going to be a negative impact. It's neutral, still potentially positive, and going from that perspective. So it is a case of just like having to be a lot more ruthless. And I mean, some of the players I coached this time around, I'd put no CPs into some of them that were low level until the MSAR came and they came in strong. And then I just switched them and I coached them that last part of the season.
Yeah.
The problem I got this season is I don't think I can pick up. I don't think I've got the right kind of schedule for first win incentive. It's all front loaded. So
yeah, no, I get that. And the thing can I ask you how many pops you had last season, Greg? That's not too personal.
63, I think it was in the end.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah, that was decent, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I always think like, I like your logic, except for the MSAR, which I think is a total bullshit. I don't even look at it. Do you know what I mean? So, because I think like you're always disappointed. You think, oh yeah, they said it was going to be good.
They're unreliable though, aren't they? That's the thing.
Fucking rubbish. Do you know what I mean?
PAR's even bloody unreliable, let alone the MSAR.
Well, it's a bit better to predict, but the MSSAR, I just think like I'm not even looking at that, because if I looked at that and then you just, I think it puts you off players and you think actually they're elite and I'm going to fucking go for it. Do you know what I mean? I just think it's just kind of think out what you need. But no, 63 is a good haul, Greg. So well done, mate. If you can get that again this season, on the players that are coming through, that'd be great, mate. Or
Twice as many as me.
What was that? What'd you get, Jess?
Twice as many as me.
Yeah,
Mine was in the mid 30s.
Yeah, I mean that's decent as well. I would say that anything from sort of like 35 to sort of 42 is kind of par, I'd say. Do you know what I mean? For most teams, anything less than that. I mean, if you're watching this and this is news to you and you're like, I'm getting 24. No, I'm not doing shit. Do you know what I mean? I mean, normally it's around, I would say between sort of 34 and 42. Do you know what I mean? For some reason, do you know what I mean? That kind of in that realm. I've had seasons where I've had like 28 and stuff where it's been just nothing's happened. I've had seasons where I've had like 70 plus. I mean, so it's kind of like, you want like three.
You want like 3 a week, don't you? If you don't get 3, it's a bad week. If you get 3, if you get more than 3, it's a good week.
Yeah, totally. Oh, yeah, if you're getting 4 a week, that's you're thinking, oh yeah, we're on it. Do you know what I mean?
Unless you've got a rebuilding really young squad, then you need more.
Yeah, 5, 6.
And you'd expect more. You'd expect to get more.
Yeah, 5, 6 a week.
See, the worst thing about coaching for me last season was that first week I coached, I got 10 pops. First week, 10 pops. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be amazing. And then after that, it was like 2, 3, 3, 2, 4, 5, 2, 3. But because 10 pops in that first week, everything after that was just like, oh, shit this week. What the hell have I done wrong? But yeah, that first week was just mental. But glad I did have that in that first week.
Yeah, I think my worst week was when Jez beat me and I had 0 pops that week. I was thinking, I mean, you think, I don't, when I do my pops normally, often, because when you lose a game, you want like to feel good about yourself. So like I find that I do the coaching a lot earlier. When I win, I'm like, okay, cool. Let's chill. Let's make sure I got the 5 points and like all the CPs where I need them. And I'll probably wait till sort of Wednesday or Thursday to do my pops. If I lose, I'm like, oh, this game's fucking shit. Fucking coach. I mean, I think, oh fuck, what do I do? You know what I mean? And 0 pops. I've gone too soon and I've not really thought about it. I mean, so I'm desperate for that kind of like something out of the game. Give me something. I lost. So, you know what I mean? So that was a bad week for me. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I hate that. You lose a really important game and you get 0 pops. You're like, game.
I love those first weeks when you see the pre-season's just, well, you can coach before pre-season now, can't you? And you get that first one and it's literally within 5 minutes of the yellow bar coming up and you see those first ones coming through and it's like, has anybody else got some pops? Just wondering. I've just
hang on, bug report.
Nothing's happened. Yeah, I think it's broken.
Yeah, bug report.
I've
only had 1 pop.
Yeah, no, I think first week I don't touch it for like 3 or 4 days because I'm just like, I'm just gonna let everybody else work out whether this stuff's actually working, and then I'll do it. But every season those ones make me laugh. Oh dear. All right.
Good.
All right. So active trade window for you boys. I think we're done today, aren't we? Unless anybody has got anything else they want to talk about.
Just want to say thank you to Atlantic, all those amazing coaches out there. Thank you everyone who got involved with the Atlantic Inferno. Do apologise, couldn't keep it going, just had too much on. Do you know what I mean? So, but it was great to get that started and brilliant that you guys have picked that up. Really enjoy it. I will continue to keep an eye on the Atlantic and see how Aid's getting on. But also, I am cheerleading Jez to win the next bowl. Jez, handing the baton over to you, mate. Don't let Haydock win a fucking bowl. Like fucking hell, like I'm okay with Dan winning one, but not fucking Haydock. All right, I want you to properly like. No, it's great that when I'm seeing on the trades that you know, it's a big outlaw you know, sort of like trades. That's good not to see any. Hopefully he's lost the will to, you know, sort of like compete and stuff. So, but no, Jez, I'll be cheering you on, mate. And also, Greg, you know, with your rebuild, mate, I really do wish you all the best, mate. I'll keep an eye on that and see how you improve over the next few. I'd like to say a massive thank you to all the Atlantic coaches and all the rivalries and all the games we played, and you know, I really enjoyed it. And yeah, you know, who knows what the future holds? I might be back. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, in the meantime, just keep that community going. Loving the sort of like the banter. You know, it's really strong in the you know, and keep the community going. You guys keep having the redaction going is great as well. So you know, just keep it special, guys.
Thanks,
Yeah.
mate. Thanks,
Yeah,
mate.
exactly.
And congratulations on your step up to the GFL, obviously, and go and smash it. Show Russell who's boss.
I don't know about that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, yeah, that goes.
Yeah, no,
Cheers, guys.
that'd be great, because it'll be just at that point where, you know, Pete or or Aaron have just got to that point where they've gone, yes, I finally managed to beat Dave in the conference game, get to the Super Bowl, and it'll just be as you're peaking out, and then you'll beat them anyway. And
Yeah.
you know, so yeah, no, I hope it goes well for you there, and enjoy the. Have you received your pipe and slippers yet, or?
Yeah, well, I got the jumper.
Yeah. New standard
I
issued.
I need to get grayer and kind of more facial hair, and I'll be good to go. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah.
And wipe that smile off your
Right
face as
in.
well. You got to look a lot grumpier about, you know.
Yeah,
being
totally. Yeah,
in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with Theo and all that, like all the younger coaches. Do you know what I mean? So
Good. Out there with the
job.
trendies. No, great stuff. Thanks for joining us, Lee. Really appreciate that.
No worries, guys.
See you later.
Cheers.